Trump's Environmental Protection Agency burning the midnight oil, clawing back Biden's green energy legacy. The latest to get axed, a $7 billion grant program focused on installing solar panels for low-income households.
This Solar for All program fell under old Joe Biden's $27 billion greenhouse gas reduction fund, which was approved under his folly of an Inflation Reduction Act. Let's bring in junkscience.com publisher, former Trump 2016 EPA transition member, Steve Milloy. All right, Steve, yet another graft and grift and fakery. And how many of those households actually got their solar panels? I'll give you the easy answer. None.
Well, David and Lisa, thanks for having me. This is great news. And, of course, there's going to be a lot more of this to come. The big, beautiful bill cut out about at least $500 billion worth of this, green news scam, as President Trump calls it. And then after the bill was passed, President Trump issued an executive order, which is going to make it even more difficult to build wind and solar facilities. And, the idea here is to really make it unattractive for investors, to try to get the subsidies. So this is great news. I look forward to a lot more of this.
Steve, how reliable is solar power energy?
Well, the sun goes down every day, and it works great in California during the day, but then it goes away. And the rest of the states, it's really sort of hit or miss. I mean, it's a lot cloudier in places. Minnesota, for example, there's the available hours are a lot fewer. Florida's got a lot of sun, but then you have clouds coming in all the time. So it's really kind of hit or miss, and this is a problem for grid operators who have to plan electricity use during the day, and makes electricity more expensive, unreliable. It's quite common now for utilities to issue brownout warnings every time there is going to be hot weather or cold weather. So, we need to get back to where we have reliable baseload power. That means coal, natural gas, and nuclear. That is under control all the time. We can plan for all sorts of situations, demand situations, and that's the way we need to go.
Let's be practical about this, because this is something that another part of this whole green scam agenda. If you put a solar panel on a house, you change the fire department's requirements, training, and ability if there's a fire at that house. So they're running around putting solar panels, if they have their way, on houses that a fire department may not be equipped to put out. That money, that training, that need, that equipment then comes from the local municipality or state. It's just another way that the left scams the people.
Yeah, and underscoring all these extra costs is the fact that solar panels really have no sort of economic or environmental benefit. They don't exist without subsidies, so taxpayers are paying for all of these things. Any reduction in emissions is really irrelevant because, of course, climate is a hoax. Emissions have no effect on weather or climate. They don't improve air quality. It's a total scam. It's meant to, the industry wants to capture the subsidies, and the activists want to wreck the country.
Steve, I want to get your take on this lawsuit out of Charleston. So a judge dismissed the city of Charleston's lawsuit against 24 energy companies, saying that the court does not have the authority to move forward with these lawsuits. What would this lawsuit have meant for the fossil fuel industry and these energy companies? And talk about the significance of this case.
Well, yeah, so the judge basically ruled that this case is not justiciable, which means it's not appropriate for the court to hear it. And that makes total sense, because if you can imagine, we're going to start holding companies liable for greenhouse gas emissions. Well, who's going to be liable for what and when? I mean, you got the oil industry, you've got the coal industry, you've got consumers, you've got other industries, you've got China, you've got Europe, you've got Mother Nature herself. Last year, half of the emissions to the atmosphere were from Mother Nature. So, who's going to be liable? And the court realized this, and that's why the judge tossed it. Of course, all these cases will eventually get tossed because they're really political questions and not justiciable.
Steve Milloy, you were great first time around, always great every time. Thank you, Steve.
Always interesting.
It's all junk science, my friend. That's what it is. Thank you.
President Trump